everyone. I'm not actually doing the talk, but I'm here to introduce the talk, so lucky everyone. My name is Sarah. I am doing a talk later at 3 o'clock. You can find me online on YouTube, Instagram, might start a Twitch, might start a podcast soon. Who knows, but it's a mundane life. Yeah, so that's me. My talk later is called My Overwhelmed Brain and Me. So I'll be talking about being neurodivergent and ways that I try to organise my life and take care of my self-care. But mostly I'm going to be lecturing you guys on how to do it without doing it myself. So, yeah. But I am here to introduce the amazing Leanne, who is going to be talking about beans today. Not baked beans, but actual beans to help you be organised with your journaling. So, without further ado, here's Leanne, so a big round of applause. Now, what you can do now.
Hi everyone, I really hope you're having an amazing time at Stationeryfest already, and Journalfest and Plannerfest. Has the morning been okay? Yeah. So, let's start at the top. The name of the thing, because it's a lot, and there's a lot, and I'm going to break it down a little bit. So, it's how I journal, the bean method, and how it can help you avoid journal burnout. So I'll start at the beginning. I'm known as lellybeanTV online, and I'm going to talk about something that me and my community, which are all here, well, not all of them, but some of them, there's some on the phone as well, we'll talk about it later, called the bean method. Obviously my name's Leanne, but my online name is lellybean, so lellybeanTV. What do I mean by online? Well, I stream on Twitch. That's where I started. That's where all of what I do these days actually started. I started playing Animal Crossing and discovered the joy of journaling. We'll get on that later because I'll get ahead of myself and I'm very nervous, but I'm really excited to talk to you about this because I really genuinely feel in my soul that anyone that journals, plans, bullet journals, whatever method you use, I feel like you need to hear what I'm about to say in these 5 things because I don't know, it works for me, it might work for you, okay? Okay, so let's start at the beginning. There you go. A little about me. I didn't do any flashy animations because purely on the basis, I didn't want to, but also, I didn't want it to just be like another thing for me to go, technology fails me. Biggest thing that's on the screen there is obviously me and my husband. Husband's just over there supporting me today, it's amazing. And then Twitch. So if you don't know what Twitch is, and there are a lot of people that don't know what Twitch is, it's a live streaming platform. And is that my mum? Yeah. Mum, can you mute your mic, please? It's a live streaming platform, so a lot of people have heard of YouTube, Instagram, all this social media, but Twitch itself is purely just for live streaming. So imagine a TV show, your Good Morning TV show, it's that, but it's live all the time. Now, primarily, Twitch is for gaming, and that's where I started. I play Animal Crossing, that's how I started, but now, I'll talk a bit more about it a little bit later, but I actually do journaling on there, so I set on my channel. I also have my own sticker shop. You can see I'm wearing a nice Lellybean Studio t-shirt today, and I do my stickers on there too. So it's not just games, there's arts and crafts, and I feel like not a lot of people know that. I've got my 2 cats with Jamel. I drew them, they're one of the first drawings that I ever did when I got my first iPad. I live in York. This is the only picture I can find of York, which is the Minster. It's York, and I love musicals. I just thought I'd put something funny on there, and this was the only thing I could think, but it's actually Les Mis, which isn't funny. So there you go. So that's a bit about me. Let me just read my notes because I've skipped ahead. So before I talk about how I journal, I'll just do a little bit more about me. So I'm the owner of Lellybean Studio, cat mum of 2, I've done all that. And most of my stickers have a little sparkle to them. Pre-pandemic, I still think that that's a funny sentence to say or even start in the first place. I was guest relations with front office manager in a hotel chain, and I've always wanted to make people's life a little bit better, and I'm sort of doing that through Twitch now. Like I said, I started streaming as an Animal Crossing streamer. So little game, you build an island, and it's basically, yeah, the pandemic happened, that's all I did. Played Animal Crossing for a few hours a day, and I don't know if I can see some nods as well. I'm wondering if you all felt the same. And then November 2020, this is kind of embarrassing, but if you don't understand, it's probably not that embarrassing. I wanted to plan my Animal Crossing island in Minecraft. So I got a gridded journal out, just a notebook. I'm a notebook collector. Any notebook collectors in here? Yeah. Absolutely. And I just planned out my Animal Crossing island. And from there, I was like, you know what, I'm going to give bullet journaling a go. I'm going to give journaling a go. And that's where I started. November 2020 is when I started doing journaling. And then like the last thing on Twitch, I'm so sorry because I know we're on this live a long time and I just really want to get on to the Bean Method itself, is my favourite show of the week, it's not show, stream of the week, is the Sunday Serotonin show, which is on Sundays, 3 PM, every single week, apart from this week because I'm not going home, I won't be home in time and I'll probably be far too tired. We celebrate things on there from the whole week, from the whole community, things good that have happened in the week. And I mean things like I got out of bed, because that is a celebration. We have a community of spoonies. We have people that like just going to shower is a big thing, and we celebrate that as a community. All the way up to I got engaged last time, and it's a true story that has happened. And then I journal, and we all do it together. And it's just, I don't know, I know it's weird because I'm talking to a screen, but I feel like we are together. And what's really, really special to me, I'm tearing up because most of the people that watch me are sat there looking at me and smiling at me, and it's really special to me. Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's talk about how I journal. So there are some things on here, pictures from my actual journals. I've got my own journal stack there. I have a work journal now that I'm planning on stickers and stuff. And I've also started scrapbooking. It's fun, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Do I see any more nods about perfectionism? Just wait. And what I've done is I've converted my brown leather Filofax, which was my 30th birthday present that I begged for, into a scrapbook journal. And that's here today. If anybody wants to see it, just come and ask, because I've got it down at my stall, because hopefully some people are going to do some spreads for me because I've got too many supplies. And then here's some of the things I use. I'm pretty sure if you can't see, there's some mild liners on there. I feel like there are a lot of journalists' favourite pens. I know they're mine. But yeah, so I think my style of journaling is creative journaling. I use an A5 dot grid notebook. Don't use the bullet journal method. Instead, I use the Bean method. So, let's just very quickly go on to what burnout is. I feel like everybody knows what burnout is. If you have a craft, or you're a writer, or creative any sense of the matter, you know, or you've come across the feeling of, oh, I'm doing this too much, I can't do it anymore. That's why it's the subject, because the Bean method is just 5 things that, like I said at the beginning, you need to hear today, that will make you walk away and go, yeah, I actually just needed someone to say that out loud to me. So I'm going to get onto it. I'm changing my notes a bit, so I've just swapped my notes and I'm like, this isn't the order, you said you'd do this in the album, it's okay. Okay, so this is the Bean method. This is what it looks like when it's written out. And it is genuinely a way of thinking when it comes to journaling, crafting, life sometimes, I guess. Yeah, life as well. And me and the Jerrys, that's what we call ourselves in our community. We're actually the Lelly Bean Galaxy, or Cosbean Galaxy. It's weird. Twitch is a weird place, but it's wholesome, I promise. And we coined the phrase, and it's helped so many people to start journaling. I'm not going to pinpoint people out in the crowd, in the community that are here. But I know that there's some people that are very, very excited every time they start a new journal because they're still doing it today. And it makes me all uru, which is an internet phrase that everyone knows. It basically means, I'm all in my feels about it. So let's start at the beginning. So number 1, your journal is yours, obviously, but it's yours. I know it sounds obvious, but you have to remember that it doesn't need to function for anybody else. It's like, it doesn't need, if you, like me, multi-journal, that's okay. So I have my normal journal here on the write. This one is mine, it's just a dot grid journal. It's Scribbles That Matter one, I'm obsessed with Scribbles That Matter journal, so this is my favourite. And then this is a Filer Factory fillable notebook, which I print sheets off that I brought off Etsy, and that's what I use for work. So it's still on dots, because dots, I don't know if anyone else feels the same, but there's something about dot gridded paper that just makes you, I don't know, want to create stuff. So that's it. I know it's obvious, but your journal is yours. It doesn't need to function for anyone else. Okay, this one I'm really proud of. This slide specifically. Is it going to turn? Here you go. So these are actually pictures from people's journals in the community. Journaling is not a one-size-fits-all. So these are images from the community. So I've written loads of notes about what I was going to say, but I think I'm just going to talk through them very, very quickly because I'm going slower than I expected. So anyway, so we've got a few images here of the different ways that people journal within the community. I'm pretty sure you're all used to them, and there's probably one on here that you relate to, or the way that you journal. This is the whole point. I wanted to just explain that journaling is not a one-size-fits-all. Whether you use weeks, a Hobonichi style, a cross dot here, or whether you, I don't even know what the name of this one is, but it's very pretty. If you use this, someone know? I've forgotten, it's gone. Is that a Hobonichi cousin? If you use a Hobonichi cousin, or dot grid, or even lines. I didn't get any pictures of any lines up there. We use it as memory journals. I know, we have, it fills large gaps, but even, sometimes it's just really important to remember that it isn't a one-size-fits-all. Just because I'm doing one thing one way doesn't mean that you have to do it exactly that. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, all you've just said is obvious, because it is, but like I'm saying, to have someone stand in front of you and tell you that it's obvious, it means a bit different, I feel. So yeah, that's the second one. The next one, I actually haven't written any notes for, but I think it goes without saying, be realistic. If you won't use it, don't make it. So it's all right to try new things out. Again, I'm a collector of notebooks. I have absolutely, at this point, looking at my husband, how many do I have?
Too many.
Too many. Never too many. But if you won't use it, the thing is, you don't know if you're going to use it or not. So essentially, it's almost like me saying to you, it's okay if you're going to not use it, it's okay for it to stay in your journal unused. You've tried it out and that's okay. So here, during lockdown, it's very, very basic. I'm sorry that the picture's a bit zoomed out, but I tried trackers. I don't track anything in my journal. I just find it too overwhelming. If I don't fill in a box, this week here, I didn't put anything in because I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't find the time to do it. And I know it's simple, but I didn't use it, so I didn't use this again. I didn't make one, so my next journal didn't have a trackers in it. Okay, so the next one is actually, again, I'm going to tell embarrassing stories here. It's okay to make mistakes. So this wonderful picture here is from September 2 years ago. I was too busy talking on stream about something. I themed my journals because I just like the way that it looks. I like buying stickers for things. I didn't know what I was writing. And I wrote September or Centre, and it just went round and round and round. And I initially covered it up with washi tape, and I was like, do you know what? No, I'm going to keep it in. Actually, no, I think it was my community that was like, it's okay to make mistakes, Leanne. I tried to cover it up with white gel pen, but I just embraced it. So it's okay to make mistakes. You can stick things in your journal to cover it up if you don't like the look of it. More on that a little bit later. But you can also just, it's okay. You're only human. Okay, so the final one has a lot of cute pictures. And I sort of want you to have a think about it to yourself, because when I first, I didn't coin this phrase, I'm pretty sure someone else has said it, it might even be a quote from someone, but it is not about the way it looks, it really is all about the way that it makes you feel. For me, journaling on Twitch isn't about how much time I spend on my journal to look absolutely amazing, if it's functional or not. At the moment I'm trying out daily logins, so I will do a weekly spread because I like the way that it looks. It gives me time to do that on stream with my community. But I also like filling in what I've done in the day. It's not very pretty, my handwriting's a bit rushed, but that makes me, how does that make me feel? And that is what it is for me, okay? So it's not about the way it looks, it's about the way it makes you feel. We're at the end, I promise. This is the last one. And I've been told by my community just like say, thank you ever so much for watching, but also to remember to keep living that big happy adventure. It's my tagline, it always has been when I've been on YouTube. My social media is on here, lellybeanTV on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. That's my personal stuff, so more like journaling and things. And then the rest of it is on at Lellybean Studio. We have stall today, come and find me if you want to talk to me, ask me any more about it. If you are a VIP and you've got really nice gold wristbands, you do have this sticker in your goodie bags, and it's all sparkly, just for you to put in your journal. You don't have to, but like I said, it's nice to be told these things. And if you do, have I got time for questions? If you have any questions, fire them at me. But yeah, thank you for listening. Any questions?
What sort of things do you do? You know, these Sunday serotonin. I can't say it.
Sunday serotonin show.
Yeah. What sort of things do you do on that?
Right. So I always start the stream at the beginning with it's about I have a channel in my Discord server. So if you don't know what Discord is, it's basically a chat room. It's like Facebook but live. That's how I explain to people.
Oh, so that's not on Twitch.
That's not on Twitch. This is separate. So this is off stream.
Okay.
And we just celebrate things good. So throughout the whole week, we write things in there that are good about the week. And like I said, it's something that can be something small like I got out of bed, or it could be something as huge as I got married yesterday. I've not had that one yet, but I've had a few engagements. After that, I then do my weekly spread. So I am, again, my journal style, I do weekly spreads just because I really like being able to have the week ahead. Yeah, okay, I plan on a Sunday, I'm not a procrastinator, okay? I don't like planning too far in advance. I do a monthly spread because I like to keep it, because I like buying stickers and washi tape. I have too much washi tape and I've even destashed a lot of washi tape today. But then I do that, and then afterwards, with this year, we've tried to do a Filofax page every year. I've become kind of interested in wax seals, and that's my current collection. But yeah, that's what it is. I know that sounds like it might not be long, but those streams can sometimes be 4 or 5 hours because I like to talk. Any more? No? Okay.
So you said you played Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
What other games do you love to play?
Or what other games do I like to play? Oh, at the moment, I'm playing Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like the rest of the world is playing that at the moment. But I am a big fan of simulation management games. So my favourite, and someone here is going to say yes, is the 2 Point Campus series. But I love the series so much. So 2 Point Campus, 2 Point Hospital. To be honest, it's very much like, it's not, you know, it's not about the way it looks, it's about the way it makes you feel. My community is, we are just a group of adults that have just lost their way on a journey somewhere, and we find out being in the same place at the same time, and we just hang out, so it doesn't really matter what I play. I play some very strange things. To be honest, most of the days these days I paint, which is why this is actually, I dressed up as Bob Ross. I did a Bob Ross tutorial, but I've got red hair, so I had an artist draw me with red hair. So this is Beanie Ross, and I do painting, but it's just, I don't know, we just have a good time, and I really, really enjoy it. It's like, you know how, one thing that I felt being here today is the sense of community in the journaling community. I have that on Twitch, and if I could bring some people over to see that there is that sense too, offline, online. I'm not a big fan of Facebook. I think that might just be me being millennial honesty, but I don't like it. It could just be that. So I use Discord instead, and it's a rapid way to speak to people. I find that people that are in the Twitch communities find that, but yeah, it is one of those things. But games-wise, chuck anything at me, Sarah, and I'll play it.
Power wash simulator.
But oh, I love it.
I
Power wash
like
simulators
100
on
hours of
Yeah.
it. Like,
Okay, but if there's any more, I want to say thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.